Morning traders, Alex Hong here from Traders Corner. Just doing a very quick, well, I say quick, see how long it takes, a trade video on the euro dollar. We're looking at this trade setup over here. As you can see, the market yesterday decided to give an attempt at the highs, failed at the highs, then it broke down, giving us an opportunity to go short here, which was very nice. So then it kind of meandered for the rest of the day. This morning the markets are still trading around the lows. However, the market is pulled back to this level here, which is a previous level of support, which potentially could become resistance. And as you guys know, if you've watched our videos on FX Street and all of that kind of good stuff, I love my support becomes resistance, or previous resistance becomes support, etc, etc. So ultimately, if the market does treat this level as resistance, if previous support becomes resistance, we're going to be looking to get short the euro dollar with initial targets around the 13050s. If we get below there, depending on the momentum, then obviously we'll be looking at S1 as well, sort of like the final profit target. However, we'll have to see how that sets up. So as I said, it may set up, it may not. If it doesn't, if it breaks back above here and above the 100 EMA, then the trade's invalidated and we can kiss this one goodnight, which it looks... Is it going to be? Well, if it does go above there, that'll be it. We won't be looking at this setup anymore. However, if we get the opportunity to go short here, our stochastics, CCIs, and all of our other trade signals, if they all line up, then we will be going short. And yeah, I will stop talking now and I'll come back to you if the trade invalidates or if it sets up, and we'll talk you through the trade. So thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in a few ticks. Okay, so we're back and we're into the trade. We are short the euro dollar from around the 13068 level. Market is just kind of playing around with the entry level at the moment. We have our stop above the high at 1308. Well, it's actually 13085. We've got our stop up to allow for spread, and obviously a little bit of a difference in the broker's pricing, all of that kind of good stuff. So we're in above there. We are targeting the lows over here at 13054. If we can get below the lows and there's momentum there, then we'll be looking for S1 around the 13042 level for our final profit target. Now, what do we like about this trade? Well, ultimately, as I said to you just now, as previous support becomes resistance, we are clearly moving downwards. And I also like the way it's kind of interacting with the moving averages here. The moving averages are for the most part widening, which is a good thing. And if you guys have seen some of my recent videos with or webinars with FX Street, I've talked about the way that the price reacts or interacts with the moving averages. That's quite a nice sign. So ultimately what you see is if you're in a strong trend and if you're in the right position, these sorts of interactions here, they tend to hold, which is a nice thing. So we should hopefully, fingers crossed, see the market bounce from here, not really revisit these highs and kind of move down towards here and hit our profit target. We do obviously have a few potential trouble areas on our hands here. The fact that we're trading into these lows here, you know, there are better setups. It would have been a lot better had we come below with a lot more momentum and revisited this particular low here. Then we wouldn't be trading directly into it. But you know what, we've already broken that low a few times today, so for that reason I'm not too fussed about it. However, if we didn't have this movement here before, prior to that, then maybe I'd look at it a bit further. But the level that we're trading from is a nice level, as you can see here. If we look left as well, we've got some support there from the previous day, some very, very big support there yesterday. And then obviously the acting as resistance today. So let's see what happens. I won't sit here and kind of talk you to death. I will speak to you in a few minutes or a few hours if the trade either stops us out or moves towards our profit target. So I'll speak to you in just a few ticks. Speak to you soon. Good afternoon, boys and girls. We're back just to give you the conclusion of that particular trade there. I'm sorry I didn't come back to you when we actually closed it out up here, but I just didn't have time. I took a call at the time and then had to run out of the office. So unfortunately I wasn't able to record this at the time that we took the profit, but took profit at S1, as you can see there. As per usual for me, a little bit too early because the market's then gone down and hit towards S2, but you know what, that's life. As traders, that's what we want to do, right? We always want to sell the top, buy the bottom, and do it 50 times as large as we do. But we just have to learn to accept that we're not always going to get every single move there. And I quite frequently, because of the type of trader that I am, I always leave a lot on the table. I like to kind of take little bites of the cherry often. I like to be proved that I'm right often. That's just my nature. That's my personality. There's nothing that I can do about that whatsoever. So I trade this type of a trading system. It's a swing trading system where I'm right more often than I'm not. But as a result of that, you can see that there's often times where I leave quite a bit of the trade on the table. So we left the 3042 and almost 30 pips or so extra profit there on the table, but you know, that's something that you learn to live with. And that's actually quite an important lesson there, guys. You know, you need to decide what sort of a trader that you are and what you need to make you successful. So if you need to be right more often than not, then you need to trade a system like the one that I trade. If you need to make more money but you're not so bothered about being right or wrong, then maybe you can trade like a swing trading system and build into your positions. But ultimately you've got to decide what's right for you. You know, you can't trade something that doesn't make sense to you. You can't trade your friend's system. You might not be able to trade my system, and I may not be able to trade your system. But the point is that you need to find something that works for you, and then ignore everything else and focus on being good at what you enjoy and good at what fits and suits you. And that's the way that you can be successful in this game. You're not going to be successful system hopping or, you know, chasing the very next best indicator or whatever it is. What will make you a success in this business is to pick a particular trading system that suits you, that you believe in, and then focus at becoming an expert in that type of a trading. Okay, and that's ultimately what I've done here. You know, I know that I need to be right most of the time. I know that I believe in trends, and I know that I believe in swings. And as a result of that, we've come up with this particular trading system here, which suits our personality. And yeah, our trading's never been better. So thank you very much for watching in any case. I hope you've learned a bit from this particular trade video, and I will hopefully give you another one in the coming weeks. So speak to you all soon, and thank you very much for watching.